all of them actually, because obviously without them, without God, it would have been very, very tough for me. And listen, I'm just one of many individuals that is going through a lot of things, that went through a lot of things. And trust me, when I walked round, when I something happened in my personal life recently, and I remember I went to the gym in the morning, and trust me, the emotions got to me so bad that tears was falling in my eyes. Tears was falling out of my eyes. And trust me, and when I was walking back home, I felt so emotional, and it really got to me. And as I was walking, I was thinking, wow, so many other people that are going through so much things in their life, and I'm walking past people thinking everybody's fine, and some people look okay but they're not okay. And trust me, like I said, obviously I've been able to speak, I've been able to reach out to people, and they've been able to support me as well. And if you are going through any things that you're going through in a personal life, whether just in general, please do reach out to people so that people can help you, because you don't have to go through that alone. But anyways, like I said, let me go through today's problem. So I'm going to read it off my phone. Today I don't have my book with me because, like I said, flicking through the books all the time, for today it is going to be quite too much. So for today I've got my phone here. So the first one is, my girl wanted me to buy a Chanel bag worth £6,000 or 6k. He said that's what her friend's boyfriend do for her. Should I buy it? Wow. When it comes to this part, when it comes to money, now obviously I see money differently. Now there's a reason why I see money differently, is because first of all, I didn't grow up around, obviously my parents were fine, we were just average normal person, or average normal family. But obviously when as soon as I was growing up, I always had different mentalities. I always thought differently, and I always felt I was born to do great things. So I always felt I was born to be great, and I was born to strive to achieve. And for me, I didn't want the bare minimum. I didn't want to be average. I want to be the best in what I do, and I strive to be the best. Whether I become the best, that's a different question, but obviously I always push it. So when it comes to money, the way I see money very differently. I don't see money as something that you just make and you just dash out just like that and become a free giver, because that's not in my nature. I'm a person where I will spend my money, but I will spend it when I feel it's right for me to spend it. I will not just spend my money just lavishly just like that, because obviously everybody works hard for their money, but I work extremely hard for my money. I work extremely hard to get to the position I'm in today. So for me, I just don't have that mentality of I'll just dash the money. But one thing I do have the mentality of is, if there is an abundance of money and I'm able to spend money without even having to think about it, without even have to think that, oh, I've got my rent to pay, I've got my mortgage to pay, I've got this to pay, I've got that to pay, then of course I will spend my money. But if I've got so much priorities in my life where, like I said, those things that I mentioned, and then you're asking me for a £6,000 bag, for me personally, I will always put my priorities first. When I sort out my priorities and there is an abundance of money, or there is money available, of course, why not? Because at the end of the day, if you have that kind of money and you can spend it, fantastic. But if you're like myself, where obviously you're hustling your way up, you're still grinding, you're still pushing, then of course I always put my priorities first. So for me personally, I think I don't have any issue with you buying your girl £6,000 bag, because if you can afford it, you can buy it. Fantastic. That's not an issue at all. That's not a problem. What I do have an issue is the part where she said that's what her friend's boyfriend do for her friend, should I buy it? And I think sometimes, obviously, when you're in a relationship, there's a lot of comparing. My friend boyfriend does this, so you start putting pressure on yourself to do things that you don't normally do. And I remember a long time ago when I was with some girl at this time, she was also kind of putting that kind of pressure. My friend's boyfriend do this, my friend, and I was just like, look, listen, I'm not down for that. If that's what your friend boyfriend do, then it's better for you to go and ask your friend to go and look for a similar boyfriend for you, because clearly that's not me. Sometimes it's very hard, but you have to be clear and you have to say what you expect. So for me, I think that comparing, this is what my friend boyfriend does, this is what my friend girlfriend does, so you have to do the same. No, every relationship is different. Every relationship, you take it with you and your partner are the one that's going to make the rules of what works for you and what doesn't work. And there's too much of this pop nosing into other people's relationship and trying to copy what other does. For me, I'm not in support